It's a lovely Saturday morning. Hopefully, you are all here, you are all well, and you are all ready because we have some news this morning. Not as much as normal, but plenty. Plenty. We'll say it that way. Plenty. Oh, look at you all. Lots of you were early. Normally, we do start a little earlier, but hey, I think 90 minutes will be plenty long before we check out the salty folks over at Salty Nerd Podcast. And to those of you who just got the notification, that's good. Double check you're still subscribed to the channel. Share the stream, share the dream, and hit the thumbs up button right now. That would be great. It would be extraordinary. It would be special. It would be wonderful. And coffee is ready. Coffee is out there. We got lots of dancing going on. But I do have to tell you, when coffee is ready, you got to grab it. Right, Cat Slave? Dr. Jill Powers is out there. Good morning. We got the lovely Penny. And Spirian. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Timmy is here. Good morning, Timmy. And the Black Saber, the shark of paper in the house. And you can go and find this wonderful person's writing over on Bleeding Fool, one of the contributors over there. Snorty is in the house, our favorite polar bar. And it is just one of those days with Hoot Owl Hoot, and a few other people that have dropped in, like the beautiful Deep Hole, the beautiful Deep Bow, the beautiful Deep Bow. Tender Warrior 68, good morning to you. And we are on the warpath today against bad stuff. Actually, there might be a little good stuff out there. And I thank you for joining me, because I want to talk to you about some good things as well. So I think it's going to be a good day. And we've got so much news. I can't really, dally too much, because I think you don't want to miss any of this. So as I continue to say hello to people this morning and acknowledge that, we're off to a good start, we got a lot to get done. Caveat Ties is in the house. We've got Brandon in the house. Good to see you, Brandon. And I think in addition to Brandon Day, we've got a few other folks dropping in. Like Generic Brunette is here. Good morning. I hope things are going well. And we've got well, we got to talk about the Zaslav thing, so we'll get there. In fact, we're going to hit the Wonder Brothers thing right off the bat before we make our way over to No Doubt reuniting to play in the Sphere, which we'll talk about in a minute. But glad to see you. Happy to see you as well. Of course, we got Dude Bro Seth, who I highlighted earlier, and many, many more. Chef Eddie's in the house. You need to be on Wilson's new game show. So Wilton, excuse me. Wilson, okay. Wilton's new game show. So you can win a lifetime supply of Elmer's glue sticks. It's only like 3 because they are essentially useless. Well, I think that's part of Big Glue. That's counter to the narrative over there. That's really weird. King of all monsters in the house. Great to see you. And of course, just a Dutchie. Oh man, joined game night yesterday, hosted by Wilton. It was a lot of fun. Awesome. I have to check it out. With books. Check them out. All right, who else is out there? Am I the only weird one that remembers that? All right, we got to get cooking. So let's go. Let's start with the first of the show. Coming to us from Deadline, Dominic Patton and Jill Goldsmith write this. I don't know why it takes 2 people to write this story, but, I don't run Deadline. And it doesn't really feel like Penske does either. It feels like the Democratic Party runs it. But that's a different conversation. You see, the big deal is that David Zaslav's Warner Brothers, they're having their chickens come home to roost. And David Ellison's Paramount knows it, which is the opportunity to make another acquisition. We've been talking about this for a few days. This actually came out on the 10th yesterday morning, in fact. And it just kind of confirmed some of the stuff I'd already heard when it comes to Warner Brothers. They're kind of sitting ducks right now. since the company wants to split into two different ones at this point. Um, but it makes a lot of sense to get rid of the things that are slowly succumbing to old age, and keep the good things in place. And I don't think the Warner Brothers side of the equation um, necessarily wants to sell out some of the stuff that they're going to have to, but they're going to have to. Once once that's done, is what's his name? Oh, David Zaslav even really needed? No, because according to the folks over at Cosmic Book News, and this was reported on the 9th. Again, this has been leaking out there in little bits and pieces. Ellison's Warner Brothers bid advances. Is Zaslav out? Well, to answer that question, and the great writing by Matt McGloin, the answer is probably yeah. Right now, they only need one person in charge of all media, and then they need halfway decent leadership to kind of fill in with new and better ideas. So as you go through this, Deadline is saying that Ellison's bid to acquire Warner Brothers is shaping up behind the scenes, while current CEO David Zaslav may be left out entirely. I wouldn't imagine they would need him. Like I said, he probably would have been better off where Weidenfels is, but that's a different conversation. And according to the latest update, Ellison is preparing to make his move on Warner Brothers. With recent contract renewals of Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group heads Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi, the studio's leadership is being locked into place. And I think those two people needed to be locked into place regardless. And I kept I kept Just a Dutchie's chat up there forever. Eldridge Lord Haster's in the house. Good to see you. And yeah, Big H is here. I hope everything's going well. Big H, still think the world of you. Yet now, every time I open a can of tuna, only consistent protein I can afford, I think cat food. Thanks, brother. No. I really didn't mean to do that to you, Big H. I'll just tell you that eh, I had a very bad experience at a restaurant that I should not have, and it actually took my thought of this food a little bit to the dark side. So I'm sorry if I twisted it in your head, my friend. And Juliet, I want to say thank you for the $2 super chat. That's very kind. Saying like, subscribe, share. Thank you, Juliet. And I like share as the pizza icon. It makes me kind of happy. But getting back to this, look, according to the latest update, that's where we stand with Paramount / Skydance acquiring Warner Brothers. There really aren't a lot of hurdles there. I've talked about this on many shows. What would be a hurdle? Because they don't own any network television, just cable, right? And really a lot of stuff that's just now being cleared off the table on that side of the equation. So there's still going to be the television group. There's still the pictures group, and the pictures group is the valuable thing, and it's the one that owns all the stuff. So Ellison's finalizing the team he wants, and it doesn't look to include Zaslav, and that's okay. I hope he considers letting Gunn shake out at the end of the day, because Gunn's probably the worst leadership ever for DC, and we wouldn't have known that until we got Superman, the next round of Peacemaker, and all the other garbage he promised to reboot DC with. So I guess we'll find out. But Zaslav's exit seems likely as Ellison eyes a clean slate. Sources tell Deadline that Ellison and his father at Oracle, co-founder Larry Ellison, aren't interested in keeping Zaslav on board. There's reportedly no significant role for Zaslav in the post-sale version of the studio, though he could be offered a soft landing in the form of a board seat or vague strategic advisor title, which is one way to keep somebody who knows everything and knows where the bodies are buried still tied to you, and also have a little bit of insight that you can glean for the future. It's like Warner Brothers offering a former Disney executive, uh, like inviting them in. Because if you get that former Disney executive, kind of know what's coming, and you kind of know what you're going to have to plan against, and all that other stuff. Um, and there was somebody like that, Alan Horn, if you remember that name at Disney. So he came in as a strategic advisor over there at Warner Brothers. And insiders for the site over there are saying that it's unlikely Zaslav would want to stick around anyway. The Ellisons want a clean slate with no baggage, and that includes the $30 billion in debt that Warner Brothers Discovery is carrying. But I don't think they want the Discovery side of things. I don't think they want the piece that Weidenfels is going to be left with. There's more debt to be held by that side regardless. And when you take a look at it from the beginning, the planned to split Warner Brothers Discovery into separate entities, offload the studio side, and hold on to Discovery Global. And now that Netflix may be cooling on a bid, according to Deadline, Ellison sees an opening to move in before the studio bidding war pushes up the price. And it's not a big price to pay. It's too much. If you take a look at how much they would literally be worth, what is going to be asked plus the premium is going to be a little stiff. But I don't believe Warner Brothers is, as it should be, as expensive, if not much cheaper than Disney's acquisition of Fox. But I'm curious what you guys think. I mean, when you get your two leaders locked in on the picture side of thing with DeLuca and Abdi, they are, for lack of a better way to say this, they're kind of the ones running the most important aspect of the studios. It looks like DC's on its way to a slow death, and we can talk about that if you'd like. But no matter what they say about Superman, and again, it was in a conversation on Midnight's Edge After Dark with Tom and the gang this week. I think on Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. I'm going to tell you, Superman definitely lost money, but it might have been a positive step for DC. And yet, with Peacemaker being blamed for pulling Superman out of the theaters early, we all saw what that was. I mean, the ratings were terrible for that. Not to mention the fact that now everybody's kind of turned off of anything Gunn's making, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them indeed. But I am curious what you guys have to say. So let's take a look at the chat, everybody, and say thank you again to Juliet. And Eldritch Lord Haster is correct. Tuna is a good protein for cheap, indeed. Nothing wrong with that. Please don't misunderstand. And again, I was referring to sushi. It was not good. Mark Fields is in the house, wishing you all a positive vibes. So do I. And Komagoan is in the house. Great to see you. Keep It Real is out there. We've got the lovely Jan Monroe. And I believe I already said Penny. The lovely Cynthia Carter is here as well. Dancing my way in on a cover of The Dance from Zorba the Greek. What a good start to my day, as now I'm on to coffee and culture. Hi, kids. Hello. And that was very kind. Mark Fields, as I said, the amazing, the wonderful, the super, says, keep those positive vibes going. Be safe, all of you. Well, be safe yourself, sir. We all have Rose to hoe today. Mine is a lot of work outside. I'll be doing a lot of work in the rain. We got Carl Singh out there. Good to see you. And many, many more, like Mark's 47. He's celebrating 4 months of membership. It's great to see you, my friend, saying, need financial advice. Have WBD stock advised. Well, if the deal goes through, and I'm not going to offer you financial advice, I'm just going to talk theoretically, hypothetically about things. The stock is going to get an artificial boost in price. The stock's going to ride. If it sells, if this actually goes through, which we'll see. We'll see how much regulation decides to lean in on this. Sorry about that. Short night last night. You're going to get offered a premium. But again, you need to consult with a qualified financial planner, stockbroker, a professional that you trust, not a silly YouTuber who shouldn't talk about such things. There. Is that enough disclaimer? There you go. And thank you for that. Marks 47, thank you for being here for that long. Commander Ed Straker Shadow is in the house, recommending a pants optional stream, probably as usual. And again, I'm not suggesting such a thing. Look at all these great people. Juliet, I hope you are getting enough rest, dear. Helena J, good to see you in the house. Says, I have my house to myself today, and I don't know what to do besides watch culture and do laundry. I'm officially old, I think. Hey, it's okay. I listen and watch my friends all day long while I'm working. So most of my work, though, is going to be reorganizing in one of the greenhouses, taking tools to one of the garages, organizing the tools in the garages, organizing my extra wood pile, my scrap wood pile, and my good wood pile, and that kind of thing. So that's where I am. Trying to see if anybody has any conversations. Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. Hi, Matt G. Good to see you, buddy. More folks out there. Look at y'all. You're busy. Carl Singh says none of these companies should ever get partnered up with anyone. I wish that were true. We'd be a lot better off. But unfortunately, they already did that a bunch of times. I think we're going to see the recombination and then the parting out of a lot of companies in the future. And one of those could be Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't know. I know Bill the Cat is in the house. And let's see. Hang on. Jeff's in the house. There we go. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you, buddy. All right. Thought I saw somebody, and there he is. Jan Monroe says, I'm thinking of ditching HBO Max and go back to Discovery Plus. Plus was cheaper, and they don't lie to me about having NASCAR races. Well, there you go. There you go. Rodimus Supreme out there says culture watches, my friends. I don't wash my friends. First of all, it'd be tough to do. They're all over the place. Scott Summers, how you doing? Good to see you. Black Saber's going to be taking the kid to the park. So have a great Saturday, all. You too, Black Saber. The Shark of Paper. Brian and Cindy are here. Why am I late again? Hello, everyone. We'll watch the replay later. Okay. Hashtag replay gang. And you're not actually late. I mean, I kind of went a couple minutes early because I was trying to get this thing started at 8 at the regular time, but it just wasn't getting there. There's Snowdub. Hey, kids. Hey, Snowdub. Looking forward to tomorrow night, buddy. All right. So I guess you guys don't have any opinion on this Warner Brothers deal, which I understand. I mean, it doesn't really seem to matter all that much, right? Life seems to be going on. It's even going on with a government shutdown. So, man, Tuesday's going to be bonkers. Some of the stuff that some of these people are saying is just like they don't think logically and they're not smart enough to realize that nobody's buying the narrative they're trying to cook up. The new talking points dropped, and there's a little video clip out on X that shows you all of the talking heads saying exactly the same things all over the place, and it doesn't matter if they're in the same network or not because they're not. But you can always tell just how linked all these entities are with one party, and it's pretty sad. Pretty sad indeed. Bring back the Looney Tunes. I'm on board with that. 100%. Helena says, bless their heart for trying, though. That's right. Bless their heart. By the way, if somebody does that to you in the South, well, bless their heart. That's a problem. You are very subtly being either insulted, downplayed, being tore apart. That is not a good thing. You don't want to be the receiving end of that. It's a danger to our democracy, says Brian Parker. Well, it's a danger to their version of democracy, but guess what? And I'll say this for probably the 1,000th time, maybe more. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a representative republic. We use democratic means to put people in positions, but those people, under very strict guidelines, are representing, or should, under very strict guidelines, be representing their constituency. Those are the people that elect them. So there's that. Yeah. Graph Webb is here for $2 to Culture Cash to say, for freaking sake. Filth, Frander, and Filth. Hashtag canceled Disney Plus. This is the most consistent cry on the internet by the most consistent person on the internet. So yeah, let's make sure everybody cancels Disney minus, along with all the other stuff out there. Oh yeah, we have fire in the chat for sure. Yeah, we have fire in the chat today. I have the best chat on all platforms. Red, green, X. I've thought about actually trying to stream again to like one of the game streaming sides of things. But like maybe Kick. I don't know. I will be doing a special show on Rumble once a week, so keep your eye out. Might even expand that to every day. It won't be a very long stream, just a quick conversation, and that'll be it. But it'll be fun. We've got Avenger 2. Most of the Looney Tunes produced since 1950s have not been very good. A few good shorts were produced in the 1990s, but that's about it. The rest were generally trash or mediocre at best. Well, I'm in favor of those post-war ones in the 1950s, when people understood the difference between reality and cartoon violence. Now, it seems like in the middle of our streets, in places like, let's say, Portland, people are like believing what they saw on television and a cartoon is real, and they can get away with dumb things like that. They're very wrong. Let's keep going. GraphWeb says, oops, because GraphWeb sent that super chat twice. That's okay. I'll highlight it again, or the other one, which is for 2 Culture Casino Cash once again. For flying sake. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. There you go. There, you get your money worth. And oops is okay. It's not a oops. Speaking of not a oops, the great and powerful, wonderful man, Scott Westbrook, drops 5 Culture Casino memberships. That's right. See, we are trying to get to 1,000 members out there. And if you're a member, well, we got to remember coming up this Tuesday, you can join us for a watch party. Myself and Comics Division will both be hosting, and you can join us. Not only that, you can join us in the audience. I can hold up to 1,000 people in the audience, and some of those people will join the show. You might get to see Roland the Wretched. You might get to see one of our favorite Canadians as well, and maybe a few other people. Sometimes Tox shows up. That's always fun. I want to say thanks to Scott, though, because we are trying to get to 1,000 members by the end of the month. We are well on our way. I have been at 1,000 members before. Let's get there again. And let's stay there, guys, because it's a big deal. 1,000 members means I don't have to push any sponsorships. I don't have to do any ad reads. I don't have to do any of that. We'll just see. Scott Summer says, "What about Phil Flandern, filth?" By the way, that's an old Cosby line, so you got to be careful using it. Eddie. Anyway, that was in an Eddie Murphy skit about Bill Cosby. Very funny. A little water. Already went through 2 giant tumblers of coffee. So there's that. Generic brunette. I'm just loony and can't carry a toonie. That's funny. Thanks again, Scott. The lovely Six is here. Good to see you, dear. Says your most special stream will be when you hit 100K. I don't know why. I'm Robin Leach, and I don't know why. E-rate specialist is checking in with a period. Hey, Luke's here. Holler if you hear him. All right, we got to keep moving. We got more stories, and I'm got less time, so I got to remember that. Trying to catch up with everybody in the chat. 2 minutes behind still. Got to stop. Got to stop being behind. Need to be in front. See what happens when you walk at a leisurely pace. All right, let's get to it. Next up on the docket is the headline story for the day. I found it surprising because as much as I admired this group, I never thought they would get back together again. Gwen Stefani had separated herself in such a way that it didn't seem possible. But I guess when there's money involved and somebody comes knocking at your door offering said money, well, things are going to happen. So, from Variety, No Doubt is announcing a residency at Las Vegas Sphere, revealing all the 2026 dates. And do you ever think you'd see these guys back again? Or Gwen in such good shape? Or is this just an old picture? I don't know. But I know this. After calls for a reunion tour following last year's standout performances at Coachella, No Doubt is banding back together for a residency in Vegas with 6 shows slated for 2026. Gwen Stefani, Tony Kanal, Tom Dumont, and Adrian Young will head over to Sin City for May 6, 8, 9, 13, 15, 16. That's right. It is a limited engagement residency, so that gets them 2 weeks of being in Vegas. Not that being in Vegas is any big deal these days. Nobody's going to Vegas. Nobody. Vegas is empty and overly expensive. The resort fees are stupid. Parking is ridiculous. And the price of staying in a hotel that has some problems, well, let me tell you. Now, if you're staying at the Aria and you happen to reach into the mini bar to pull out a micro bottle of water, you just spent $26. The most expensive water I could think of. Insane. And Six is with me. That's definitely an old picture. Six says that picture is 25 years old. Probably. Although I'm telling you, whoever does work on Gwen Stefani does a pretty good job because she still looks pretty young. That's a ton of Botox. Toebox in the house. Good to see you. I was going to say that's probably an old photo. Yeah, yeah, they all look too young. Anyway, so the opportunity to create a show at Sphere excites me in a new way, says Stefani in a statement. The venue is unique and modern. It opens up a whole new visual palette for us to be creative. Doing it with no doubt feels like going back in time to relive our history while also creating something new in a way we never could have imagined. Lots of people from the band made statements. I don't really care about anybody else, and neither does any other, red-blooded American male. So we'll have to see what this looks like. I don't know. Seems like they're back together and probably will be for a little while until TV comes calling again for Gwen. The Sphere is this is the first time at the Sphere. It'll be a female-fronted act at the venue. Lots of other people have played there, including The Dead and Company, U2, Eagles, Anima, and Backstreet Boys. Bye, bye, bye. Although, is that them? Is that in sync? What is that? I don't know. Is that pretty blonde kid, the Timberlake fellow? I don't even know. I was not into the boy band craze. I don't get it. If you want boy band craze, then you need to be, sneaking in on one of the later afternoon evening live streams over there at Ryan Cannell's channel. RK Outpost is a huge Timberlake guy. So bye. So pre-sale for all of this particular set of dates is in October 15th at 10 a.m. Then fans got to sign up to access Vibe. Pre-sale starts today at 10 a.m. Today. It was yesterday. Uh-oh. You might not be able to get tickets now because everybody wants to pay $75,000. That's not how much it is, but it's going to be not cheap to see these folks. 6, 8, 9, 13, 15, 16. And the bigger problem is Live Nation. This is a nightmare. But hey, they're back. What do you guys think? Do you care? I should ask. Do you care about Gwen Stefani and the crew? Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Hypocrisy. Anyway. Keep It Real says the guy from 311 are really nice too. Oh, amber is the color of your energy. Oh. Anyway. Let's see. Who else is out there in the world? Avenger 2 says, no doubt that concert will be anything but economical. Yep. True story. Be a little spendy. And 311 is nice. Culture is menudo still a thing? Are you talking about the food stuff or the band? I have no idea. The food stuff, probably. Yeah. It's kind of a staple thing. I'm not Puerto Rican, so I'm not clued into that. I have no clue as far as the band. I don't even know if they're around anymore. Of course, you know, I never thought a reggaeton performer would be the head lead person of the Super Bowl. So what do I know? The NFL is trying to get international. These international games have come with some trouble and some injuries because of assaults on the street. I'm going to say the NFL needs to come back home, but they won't listen to me. Cynthia says those guys are definitely grayer now, as we who are in their age group all can attest. Oh yeah, look, she is a lot of fun. I went to a lot of really small festival style shows that played a summer circuit, and No Doubt was almost always in the group of people. Some 31. Man, who did All the Small Things? Man, there's a bunch of like songs in my head from those festivals, and the bands I don't remember. Generic brunettes, not a jot, don't care. Okay, Cat Slave doesn't care. Oh boy, Snort says, "I am so excited I could." Yep. No doubt they need more money. Exactly. Yeah, Gwen Stefani, she's great. She was one of those eye candy pieces that guys knew. 6 says, here's a super sticker. It's a Shiba dog squeezing a big old heart. Thank you, dear. I love you back. Irate Specialist spent his member chat on saying, after 16 months of being here, did you see my veggie rise up vids on Twit? Not yet, friend, but I have not been looking too much at Twitter. I locked in one of my Twitter windows to a video I'm going to copy for Tuesday because it's Schumer being a maroon cartoon. So I had to keep it. Razorburn says, I saw No Doubt in 97 to impress a girl. They sucked. See, every performance I went to, they were excellent. 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 Keep It Real says, most of the people that attend these events don't look like they can afford these events. That's for sure. Yeah, look, I'm telling you right now, you can bring these people to town and you can, promote the extremely expensive venue. But you're not really bringing in the money because people are not doing stuff in Vegas. Vegas is getting rid of people in the casinos. They're going with lots of digital style games over people style games. So things that you used to play like face to face with a dealer, and now you're playing. There's one dealer, like let's say roulette, managing like a room full of screens with people sitting at them. It's insane. It's not good. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Menudo the band. I have no idea. You know what? The person you should ask is our friend Nick Weiser. He would know. I think their manager went to jail for that's no good. Keep It Real says, I miss working. So do I. But to be fair, I'm working harder doing this than I used to. Hey, Leif Erickson's in the house. Good to see you. Davina Duckworth is out there. Hello, dear. Dr. Jill is keeping the decks clean. You guys are working hard. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Andrew, I've been missing you. Blink 182. That's right. Andrew, 46 and 2. I hope things are going well. Look at all you guys. They're like Blink 182. See? Yeah. And then like the pretty boys, the Duran Duran wannabes. Baby's black balloon, make her fly. Something like that. I don't know what it's called. Coming down, the world is over. I don't know. It was a very happy love song about heroin. Anyway, the folks out there, I just want to say thank you for your participation and your support. You are keeping the channel going. Goo Goo Dolls, come a going. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. And Zippy out there sent a $1 super duper chat. That's right. Saying, speaking of 80s, 90s, thousands rock, excuse me, some bandmates from Default, Rock is Dead, made some rock, alt pop, funk music for a game called Sons of the Forest. In-game band is called Bad Pivot. Oh, cool. Huh. Jimmy Eat World. Nice guys. Incubus. I'm sure the concert was great. Brian Parker says, hola. Anyway, thanks again, Zippy, for this super duper chat. Much appreciated. Our good friend Morgan King's in the house, all the way from Canada. And Tony Piacente, the most generous person this month. 5 more CultureCasino memberships. There you go. We're on our way, folks. 1,000. 1,000. That's where we need to be. 1,000 members deep. I hope some of you come to Tuesday's movie night because that's always super fun. I don't know what we're watching. Probably another like Arnold Schwarzenegger film. We'll see. We'll see, though. And thank you again. Again, I will always say I appreciate each and every one of you. You really do help. It's raining gifty, gifty, gifty. That's right. Getting gifties all over the place. Andy Masterson's in the chat, the most talented man on the internet. I would know. And I like the fact that you guys all know. Like, I just have to sing or say something, and you guys go, yeah, Goo Goo Dolls. Very good. Davina's just saying hi. Hello. Yes, Sander Hammerschlag says cocaína. And he is correct. Si, senor. Mark Daly's in the house. Hail, Jill. John, the Beagle Dad, showed up. Great to see you, my friend, and more. All right, we're going to keep pressing on, folks. We got more stories out there. We have DEI Jumanji coming out soon. They just cast a new person. It starts shooting in November. You're probably going to ask what that's about. I'm going to ask, 6, did you hit the lottery there? She dropped a 5 CultureCasino membership package on y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you, 6. Terribly generous. Terribly. And we are watching the green rain down. The green is raining down on me now and everybody else. Gifty. Gifty. Avenger 2 says, don't you think Arnold should retire the sword and Terminator glasses? Huh. He's darn near 80 now and looking it. He's starting to look a little older. That's true. I'm surprised. I'm going to say this not because I wish any harm to the man. I think he's great. I think a lot of times he's got a clue as to what's going on in the world, but at the same time, he's a big guy. He's been overworking his heart and body for a long time, so he's in better shape than I would have expected. I would have thought that the heart thing would have caught up with him. So he's getting good healthcare, I would imagine. Mexican Iron Man. Oh, gee. This guy is live again. Again? Ah, yes, I am. Mexican Iron Man, when I retired, it gave me free time. I'm just trying to fill the day and hang out with my friends. Like you. Hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you when. I hope you're doing well, brother. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to scroll through here. Look at all these great people. I'm so blessed. God bless you, each and every one of you. Da, 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 da. We got to move on, though. Seriously. Let's talk about woke Jumanji. I mean, DEI Jumanji? I don't know. I do know this, that anytime you have a all shades of pigment cast, somebody was casting for a reason or a purpose. And the new Jumanji movie is going to star this person, Brittany O'Grady. Now, unlike Rachel Zegler, she doesn't look like somebody could stitch her eyebrows together, but those are so significant eyebrows. And I'm just kidding. She's perfectly lovely looking. But she says, well, I don't know yet. Let's read the article. So she's going to be joining the returning cast. Jake Kasdan is going to be in the director's chair, and Sony is on board for making another one of these. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Karen Gillan, I always mispronounce her name, are returning to star in the feature, which will once again be directed by Jake, and has a release date of a year from now, December 11, 2026. One new face in the feature will be Brittany O'Grady, who may be the best known for co-starring in the first season of Mike White's HBO series, The White Lotus, which everybody seems to love. It's not inspiring me to keep HBO Max, though. Bern Gorman has appeared in movies such as Beetlejuice, and The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That's another new face in the roll call. Matt Tolmach, Johnson, Danny Garcia, and Hiram Garcia and Kasdan are producing the project. Now, you shouldn't be familiar with the name Danny Garcia. That is The Rock's ex-wife. She still runs, I guess, his production company, and I believe is still managing his career. It looks like Hiram Garcia, or Hiram, probably. Might be family too. I don't know. Plot details are being kept in the console, but it is known that Jeff Pinkner and Scott Rosenberg wrote the script. Well, there you go. There's the original Jumanji film, which was good. The second one, not quite as good. So, should we expect anything out of this third one? Probably not. Probably not. We'll have to see what this looks like at the end of the day. And I don't really care. But I just thought it was funny because it came across my timeline as DEI. And I was like, or it's just good casting. We don't know. We don't know. And will it be woke? Probably not. They just can't afford to do that anymore. And Sony doesn't seem to want to lean too far into that because every time they do, they get burned. Tony Piacenti's like, I'm enjoying my retirement, right? Right? I get to share it with you, wonderful people. That's nice. I love sharing my time with you guys. I don't think a lot of YouTubers are like that. I think a lot of people get so into it as a job and they stress too much about it. And, outside of setting goals, so I'm always working towards something, such as getting back to 1,000 members. Um, I love what I do. This is the least stressful job I've had. And that's saying something. There's a lot of who? Yeah, she did some White Lotus in the first season, so there you go. Cubbin Dallas is out there. Good to see you, buddy. Gemini. Look at all these great humans we got here. There he is, Mexican. Iron Man says, if Culture listen to me, he would be at 1 million subs and dead. You forgot the and dead part. I mean, he might not be. Oh, you got it. I mean, he might not be alive, but the channel would be rocking. True story. So just leave it to the family. Is that what you're saying? And friends? Does that include you, Mikey? Mikey! It does. It does. Avenger 2. So I'm going to keep doing that. I don't know any of these new actors of the last 10 years. Nobody has broken out, and the entertainment has been so lackluster over a decade. I agree with you. Every word of that. And that's the thing, right? The Rock's not a movie star. Just take a look at his recent efforts. The Smashing Machine could have been better advertised, but it also could have made some money, and it didn't. $6 million domestic in its opening weekend, I think it topped out at. But then again, I mean, it's not like people that a lot of people consider to be superstars. I am losing weight. DiCaprio, one woke thing after another, or whatever that garbage film was. That's not a profitable movie. It's not a good movie either. It's an incitement of violence in a neo-Marxist fantasy. And that's exactly in the wheelhouse of all the people that are trying to bother the ICE folks that are just trying to do their job, specifically in Portland and other places. You have the Chicago guy with the all bluster bologna sausage, plus the governor of Illinois is an embarrassing ad for Weight Watchers at best. Hey, it's the amazing Cole Hauser. What's up, Culture? Hope that you're well, brother. I am. I hope you are well as well. And it's great to see you, my friend. And yeah, I saw a couple of X things from you the other day. Well done. Let's see who else is out there. Mark Daly saying what every red-blooded American is saying. Karen Gillan. Yum. Yeah, indeed. She's worth the price of admission. They destroyed the doctor. Sad, indeed. I think is the third doctor in the house? I didn't see him yet. Josiah Robinson is, though. The only good Jumanji was the original with Robin Williams. Oh, I loved that movie. Oh, man. That was like, I'm getting that on Blu-ray kind of a thing when I was, of course, originally DVD. But yeah. Look at all these amazing people. Just Dutchy says that is not the original cast. OG cast. I agree. Guys, yes. I understand and I appreciate the first film for its greatness. Okay? Y'all win. I promise. Because I'm in full agreement. But of the reboot, that was the best of the two, now going to be three. Blech. Anyway, Brian and Cindy, here's some logic for you. I would say we aren't expecting anything from Jumanji 3. Worry when we get to the sixth one. I'm already worried. No, and I don't think they can push it past this third one, truly. Jack Black is, only more relevant right now because he got away with whatever happened down in Australia by eliminating his partner of X number of years. And the the Minecraft performance is probably the other reason that he's relevant. So there's that. Barry the Music Man did not get notifications. Double check you've turned on the bell icon and have all notifications turned on. Make sure you're double subscribed. No, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And hit that thumbs up button while you're here. Watch as much as you can of the things that I make, and you will never get unsubscribed. Andy, yeah, I know. It's not really retirement, though, is it? What is retirement? Retirement. You know as well as I do that if you stop moving, you stop living, and I don't want to do that. Neither do you. You're busy. Busy buddy. Busybody? Busybody? I don't know. Mark! Cece, just because they can't afford it doesn't mean they won't look. Look what Disney did with Tron Ares. Oh, we're getting there. I think we should do that next. What do you guys say? We want to talk some Disney badness? We're gonna. Did with Tron Ares. I mean, don't look directly at it. Look at the drinker's review. Don't want you to turn to stone. Indeed. In fact, let's get into that. That's 6 minutes ago. Just enjoy it. There you go, Cole Allen. You guys are on fire today. Look at this love in here. Da, 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 da. It's weird how people turned on DiCaprio, but it's a sentiment I see more and more frequently. JPS showed up. Good morning. Good to see you, JPS. Da, 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 da. We've got 12-inch Lando in the house. Good to see you. It's been a minute. No doubt live back in the 90s was excellent indeed. So much energy on that stage. Interesting to see if or how much they've slowed down. Well, I mean, I don't expect to see any walkers on stage, but there's that. But you said all day. No, I don't. No, I don't. In fact, when I'm done here this morning, I'm going to be headed out to one of the greenhouses to doing some cleaning up, moving some tools back to one of the garages where the shop area is. And I'm going to be organizing the wood pile and all that other stuff. Yesterday, I went and picked up some new tools. I'm moving a lot more than you think. Today, I've got to go to multiple hardware stores. I'm looking for a new cultivator, all kinds of stuff. So there's that. I am tired of digging everything by hand, moving everything by hand. So yeah. Oh, and I picked up a new hand truck. Speaking of by hand, yesterday. All right, let's get to that story though. We got to get there. Walkers on stage. Good name for a group. Well, there you go. Yeah, a new tool. I like tools. Like there's this really cool 16-inch cultivator that Ryobi makes that is a 40 volt power supply, which means I don't have to worry about a gas motor, and I can easily charge it up in like 15 minutes. It's great. Very excited. Or I can just swap batteries, which is good. I missed your message. Did you send a message? A message in a bottle. Sending out an SOS. I'm sending out an SOS. There we go. CC, say, let's go Mariners. How's that? Now I got to get back where I was in the chat and to look that up. Lucius Nature Triste, a little Latin for you in the morning. Says, the older you get, the more tools you need. They take the place of useful strength. I don't know about that. I still have some of that, but I'm telling you, when I'm moving these 4x8 sheets of heavy goods, I think I'm still lifting some stuff. Yes, that was my gas-powered engine sound. And Chef Eddie says, I am tending to my bonsai while listening to culture. Retirement is good. Indeed, Chef Eddie. Indeed. By the way, so one of my new people that I watch on YouTube is a guy named Chef Mike. I don't remember the name of the channel, but this is a guy that was a executive chef, so he was a fancy dancy guy. And he designed menus online, probably built out, the whole food in high-end restaurants. He actually worked for Dolly Parton for a while. Anyway, speaking of chefs, but he's got a mini farm. He's running on, I think, less than an acre now. He's fascinating to watch. So there's that. Jeremiah Hembry in the house. Good to see you, Jeremiah. Says, you should talk to Script Doctor. Oh, I always do. Also, what do you think of what Scribelight? I have not seen his face reveal, but look, I don't think it would be much different than his image or icon, and I do believe that he did an on-camera gig for quite some time in real life, but I don't know. I think very highly of Scribelight. I think he's brilliant. I love his content. He does great stuff. I think a lot of everybody I work with. You guys don't realize the people that you see and hear, Script Doctor, Scribelight, Tom, Andre, just the people associated with Midnight's Edge are brilliant people. You couldn't ask for better friends. And as Andy Masterson said in the chat, Scribbles is good people. He really is. Very nice. And there are so many people I work with every day. Think about the entire staff I work with at that Park Place, and the people I work with, WDW Pro, and every one of those guests is amazing. I mean, you have to say, I call pretty much everybody I work with friends. I've developed long-term relationships with the people over at G&G, the ladies that are on Campione. I mean, all of those ladies are incredibly talented. It's very easy to promote them. Horror with Nads is a great channel. Nadia's genius. Anyway, let's get to some stuff. Hey, CC, I hit 1.6 million total views for my channel. Congratulations, my friend. I think you might have more views than I do, but then again, I don't even pay attention to the statistics, but that is a huge number, dude. Huge. Yeah. And Keep It Real says, I love that Park Place and WDW. Meet the Bradley. Follow the Bradleys fun is great. Ron and family are genuinely wonderful. I like when Pro cuts off culture all the time. Hey, it's fun. Look, I mean, nobody does it on purpose. There's always a little bit of delay when it comes to group streaming. between people. Sometimes it's more pronounced than others, but I'm usually not behind everybody. But our good friend Tobak is off to work. Mahalo, Beach Punks. All right, friend, and mahalo for being here. All right, let's get to it. But is Pro a real person? Yes, I've met Pro in person. I've hung out with him and spent days with him, in fact. So he's an amazing person. Speaking of amazing person, one of them just showed up and decided to be super generous. And this is somebody who I know is never going to retire. We've got Hayden Wayne. That's right. Our circle of internet certainly has some great people. And you're one of them, Hayden. Take some credit, buddy. Hayden's incredible. Thanks for being here, buddy. I didn't know you were hiding in the back. And thank you for that $10 super chat, you generous, fun person. I almost called you a generous freak show, but I didn't want to let everybody else know that. Anyway, thank you, Hayden. That was amazing. Look at all these great people. Oh, dude, cutting off Jonas is a privilege. Yeah, I don't get to do it very often. Jonas doesn't mind talking over me, though, so it's fine. But yeah, it's great to see you. Okay, let's get to this story because I've been wanting to talk about this the whole stream. The box office is telling us what we already knew. Disney is a flop factory. Nobody trusts them anymore. And when you get into the classical properties that people my age grew up with, people your age grew up with, all the way back in 82, TRON is a thing. It wasn't an enormous success in theaters. It became a cult favorite later. The second film might have been a little disappointing to some. The soundtrack is still kicking, though, or if you listen to the kids today, it absolutely slapped. But this film was doomed from the beginning, and once I got an opportunity to read what we were about to get, I knew it was over. Then you had to stack a terrible cult leading actor into the film, along with we like evil ideology, the neo-Marxist, and the girl boss. We were in big trouble. Oh, by the way, the plot's quite garbage, and the dialogue is, equal to that. It's equally garbage. So let's take a look at the article that, is going to indicate just how bad this movie is. Tron Ares is cruising to a mid to high 30 million in its opening domestically. This is from Anthony over there at Deadline, and it's been updated for today. For the Friday night update, is looking at 15 million today on a Friday. 15 million on a Friday. 15 million on a Friday. Now set for a 3-day mid to high 30 million range. Well, if more people keep learning about how bad this movie is, it may not get there. We'll have to see. And I'll be doing a box office video for Monday that most of you out there will see tomorrow afternoon if you're a member. Regardless, 4,000 theaters. It will take a very big Saturday and Sunday to put Jared Leto movie back in the 40 million range, which I knew was baloney sausage when we started talking about this all the way back on Wednesday. Then we talked about it on Thursday, and I had a lot more people agreeing with me. Here's some upside. It's Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, hence a 4-day stretch. What? What? Is it a holiday if I don't know about it? Did you guys know about this? It's Indigenous Peoples Day weekend. In Canada? Where is this? It's a 4-day weekend? How is that going to affect the box office? Anyway, if the MLB and NFL steal the guys away Sunday, if we're right in the middle of like the World Series cycle. What? NFL stealing away. The guys are gone tomorrow. And today's college football. And TRON sucks. Here's to hoping they find the movie on Monday. I didn't even know that was a thing. I certainly didn't know that people were going to get it off. I mean, unless you're a government worker, which you're all basically not working anyway, because the Democrats gave you a lot of time off. What? Are you counting on the non-working government employees to show up and see this? They're not even sure they're going to have a job in the next 10 days. RIFs are going out. RIFs are reduction in force. It means that you're actually being laid off el permanente. It's not a furlough anymore. It's a bye. Apparently by NSYNC. Thank you for that, 6. But anyway, yeah. ComScore reports that 45% of K-12 schools are off Monday. What? Are those all blue states? What is this? 22% of colleges. Are you going to try to make this a 4-day weekend because this is such a flop and failure? Of course, it's Antony. Of course, Antony's going to do that. Of course. Currently, number 2 is the other flop. Warner Brothers won woke battle after another. Only in blue states. And Paramount, Miramax's Roofman, each with about 7 million. Huh. We're back into the 80s earnings, kids. Anyway, man, I would have thought Roofman would have been ahead of one woke battle after another in Portland. But anyway. Gabby's Dollhouse, that was a failure from word 1. Soul on Fire. You guys, I'm going to go through the box office tomorrow. I'm not going to read through the rest of this. I'm just going to tell you, nobody likes this. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, which is a terrible guide for anything, you will find that this movie is not liked. If you want clear and fan-based reviews, you need to go to Criticless. Check the guys out over there. I'm curious if Jonas J. Campbell will see this because I'm wondering what his thoughts would be. But this is not going to meet the original projections at all. And I'm not surprised. All right, guys, what do you think about another Disney flop? What do you think about another Disney flop when it comes to a film they had massive expectations for? I'm curious, very curious. We got Keep It Real saying, Pro said one of his videos has him in it. His faces, his early videos. I don't know which one it is though. I think he wouldn't be able to shake the crowd of ladies walking behind him, but I could be wrong. Jonas J. Campbell, he is just AI. He's not. He's a real guy. I met him too. Spent many days with him. So, Valiant Renegades and real people. We got a super chat before I started talking about Tron's floppage from the beautiful Deeple saying, a few ideas for Tuesday night movies that I haven't seen. Tron, Highlander, the Star Trek movies, Escape from New York, Logan's Run, The Last Starfighter, What's the movie for Tuesday, anyways? Such is life. C'est la vie. Um, I don't know. Here's the problem. On Monday nights, usually in the off week, Comics does a poll for what people want to see on Tuesday. Sometimes he'll do it on Thursday, but regardless, he always does it when I'm already gone. Because while I give them a solid hour of entertainment and fun, I gotta go because I gotta go to bed because I gotta get things done. Because like this morning, I was up at 4 a.m. So there's that. So I don't know what the movie is. Jonas is beyond a great guy. Andy's beyond a great guy. There's a great group of guys and gals. See how I did there? Yeah. Cat Slave says Disney produces more flops than a pasture full of cows. Wow. True story. The Message. Critical Drinker still does that the best. Tony Piacente says, the Message has completely destroyed Disney. Yes, the ideology, especially the politics. The garbage. Corporations care, which we all know is a bunch of bupkis. So, yeah. No bueno. I didn't like the second Tron. It was missing stuff. Hated the art design in the film. And not only that, it was Disney's first attempts at inserting the Message with a lady that would be revealed to be a complete scumbag a little bit later. Olivia Wilde. Neo-Marxist. Ding! That's right. That's right. Culture. Take out the Marxist baloney. That's right. Got to get it. I got to get all those fillers out. Scat. Jason Webster says Disney lessening the quality of both acquired and original IPs since 2015. That's right. Look, everybody knows that the hardcore messaging seemed to have originated with the Ghostbusters, Ladies Call, or whatever it is, Ladies Bathroom, whatever it was, whatever the name of that Ghostbusters movie was. It was pure garbage. It was so bad it wasn't even included in the Ghostbusters box set. What does that tell you? Man, 4 a.m. catches up with you. I need more coffee. Nobody cares anymore about Disney Corpse Entertainment. It one massive bowel movement after another. Yeah. And so is that movie, by the way. And DiCaprio screwed up. First the Flower Moon Boredom Fest, and then this. Oof. Mark Daly says, it's not Indigenous Peoples Day. It's Columbus Day. By the way, I think that was written into a executive order yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Columbus Day. Well, but that's really just a government and banking holiday, right? Morgan King says it's not in Canada. Okay, when's your like land acknowledgement day or whatever garbage that is? I don't understand. I really don't. Drinker blew that movie apart, and Pro gave it the lowest review number ever. See, that doesn't surprise me. And here's the weirdest thing, right? I wanted to see this to review it, but because of how bad everything was coming back from early reviews, early reactions, I was like, I don't want to see this anymore. I'm going to try to see it today. I feel like I'm trying to schedule things so I won't have time. That's how bad it is. Spirian hasn't been to a movie theater in months. Jason Webster. Oh man, I bet you the Ferrari F1 team management and the Yankees management feel exactly the same way as Hollywood studio execs about 2025. I think that's true. Look, the fact that it embarrassed one of the best movie predictors that summer was going to be, over 4 billion. I think it's 4.125 billion in performance, and having been so very wrong. I feel bad for that guy cuz he's a good guy, but good gravy, kids. My goodness. Uh, this is crazy. Holy cow, Mephisto is here. You guys should be watching this guy. He's on right after Salty Nerd Podcast, which is coming up next in about 17, 18 minutes. So keep your eyes peeled when we do the redirect. So from Mephisto's movie reviews, been too long, my friend. Yes, we need to talk. Yes. But on our show tonight, we cover The Substance. Cool. On our body horror month on the Real McCoy podcast, which you should check out. Because guess what? If you watch Salty Nerds podcast to the very end, they will redirect you to Mephisto's movie reviews with the man himself. You should check it out. Books, check him out. And look for the Real McCoy's podcast each and every Saturday. Chef Eddie going at it from a weird direction that I appreciate. You would think the Democrats would love them some Columbus. He was an illegal immigrant after all. Indeed. That's so funny. Colonizer. Kohlhauser says, it's our Thanksgiving. I did not know that. And to all of my Canadian friends and viewers, I want to remind you, we like you guys an awful lot. So don't listen to your government who wants you to hate us. All we are saying is give peace a chance. Oh, I love you guys. I love this. I have the best audience and set of mods on the planet. Courtney's here. Good to see you, dear. It was fun hanging out with you in person on last weekend's members. That was so fun. That's right. If you are a member of at any level on the channel, one Saturday a month, we do a members stream, which is just us hanging out. It's not public. You don't have to be on camera. You just have to have a mic and a headphone. And that's it. And that's it. Jeff was like, I was asked if I was AI on my last live stream. Really? No, Jeff's a very real person. Yeah. Low, man, I'm going to screw this up. Low spec Linux laptop and low spec Linux gaming are very real people. Person. One guy. Somebody who I admire greatly, actually. Big H has just went off. Yeah. Comics needs a pole to get over a puddle. Come on now. He's not even here to defend himself. Annie Masterson said, don't tell them I'm short and fat in real life. No, this man is in some of the best shape you'll ever see. He looks like he has the physique of like a 25-year-old. He's a little older than that, but he's in good shape. And he's not short. Yeah. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Little ZZ Top. Oh, no. Big H says my power just went out. This day is getting better by the minute. No, it's not. Come on now. It'll turn around. Big H. It will. Yeah. It's weird. The more thankful I am every day, the better things get. So, but I'll keep rooting for you, Big H, to get your power back. Immediamente. Is Apex Comics here? Apparently so. Tron makes me depressed. It is depressing. It is. Tron hurts my eyes. Well, I understand that. Wow. I didn't realize you were British. Did you hear that? Tron hurts my eyes. Anyway, sorry. Zippah. Rather than call them Marxist, call them feudalist. Well, that would be the UK. You guys are so screwed. They want ruled by aristocracy. After all, I hope not. But Keir Starmer is evil, purely. He's trying to make all of his friends rich, would include Tony Blair. Sir Tony the Tool Bag. He's a douche. Disparu does a better job. Oh, misread. Like, that's weird. Does a better job in tearing things apart. Dude is super mad lad. He is. In fact, right when he was getting started, he was on my Sunday review show. I bet you that episode's still up. I have not culled anything lately. All right, keep scrolling. Cole Hauser. I lost my bet to Ryan. Dang Yankees. Hey, speaking of which, we got his hat. Right here. This is a beautiful red, white, and blue hat. If you can find this hat, you should get this hat. It's heavy duty. It feels good. It's a good hat. Solid. It's not a garbagey hat. Ryan put some effort into it. Blame Canada. No, I love myself some Canadians. Not the Montreal Canadiens, though. Oh. Anyway. A bunch of Canadians like, oh, hey. Anyway. Hey, what's going on? John Graber, the space jockey. Got to hang out with him. He's a good dude. You know what? We all had so much fun. I can't wait to see you all in Florida this year. And for those of you going to Vegas, I'll see you in Vegas. For those of you going to Texas, I'll see you in Texas. Might even go out to LA, but not if they're not letting any of us have panels. That was weird. C&D Designs in the house. How's it going, my friend? For two, Culture Casino Cash says, what, CC? Hail, chat. And of course, the Rebellion. That's right. I was wearing that hat. Wait, what hat am I wearing? Oh, I'm not wearing that hat. Wore that hat yesterday. Welcome to the Rebellion. Speaking of welcome, the ever lovely and generous young lady, also known as Jillian H., dropped 5 Culture Casino memberships in the chat. Thank you, Jillian. You are amazing, dear. I hope everything's going well. I do. I'm grateful to see you every Saturday because I know your next stop is over there with the salty nerds in about 10 minutes, which is what I'll be listening to while I'm doing stuff like cleaning out the garage. But thank you for those 5 memberships, getting us closer to the 1,000 members goal. That's right. Drinker noticed that Aries is an anagram for arse and ran with it. Was one of Drinker's best reviews. Mark Daly, I am not surprised. It's a huge amount of arse. Look, how do you keep doing the girl boss things? This film was being made when the widest possible rejection of neo-Marxism, girl boss power, everything else. Disney should be intimately familiar with the failure of girl bossing too close to the sun. The multiple failures because of that. Snow White. Everybody hated it. And every Marvel's movie that they've done with that has been a complete disastrous flop. You just wait. The coming Doomsday may end the MCU. And no matter what happens, it's a complete and full reboot. All characters outside of maybe some X-Men when we get past the Doomsday and follow-up movie, which is going to be movies because that duo film is now a trio film because the money makes no sense. By the way, massive reshoots. Massive reshoots coming. Not even a little bit. Lots and lots. And by the way, thank you for more gifties. You guys are amazing. Jillian is so kind. Look at that. Just saying hi to you all. Calling you all wonderful. I agree with her, but you know. And C&D is amazing. Look at all these wonderful people out here. We are so blessed. So blessed. Just a Dutchie says, survey says, feel like Doomsday will be the ultimate woke bomb ever. Could be. The problem is remember, the whole goal of Feige since the beginning of the end, which was Endgame, that the closer they got to this, the worse the films did, which is making 50% or more of Marvel films centered around women. And it seemed like ever since Endgame, they definitely centered everything around chicks. Did you guys all get your Shuri copter, whatever her name is? I don't know. Ron is right is in the house, and so is Newhouse Bruce. Hope Keanu's new movie coming out Friday is good. So do I. Small problem, though. It has in it. So it had a chance. And then we got gonna be bad. Apex says Doom needs to be in his armor. Yes, I agree. Somebody got that. Tina has been listening and hiding. Hi, Tina. She says, Seth. That's right. Seth Rogen. Seth is now, with the exception of animated films, kind of Doom for things. Putin's cat Doom needs to be taller than 5'9" with lifts. You guys are on fire. I mean, maybe Mutamuso. I don't know. But what else we got? We got love. Love is what we got. I feel like I missed stuff. Like Deeple says a few ideas for. Oh wait, no, I got that one. Zippy said rather than call them Marxist. No, okay, I got that one too. Okay, I'm caught up. I'm caught up on all your super duper chats and all your lovely gifties after Jillian H went 5 deep in the category. But we got one more super duper chat just came in just now from the bestest and brightest of all of the mods. He's the master of mods, the mensch of wrenches, Eric K. Eric K says, not only is Marvel full of girl bosses, the men are so lacking masculinity, they might as well be chicks. What with extra parts. Look, I'm just going to say it this way. That's all Disney knows. That's the team they're on. Pro ideology. Yeah. Pro the message. Pro the extreme leftists. That's Disney. They are anti-family, anti-America, and hey, did you guys see a live action movie of Pocahontas yet? No. Is Disney anti-indigenous people? At least they wouldn't have to write a story. They would just try to overwrite a story. Like Snow White, which was not Snow White. It was Snow White in name only, which are the candidates they might support on the right. That'd be weird. Anyway, just some out loud thoughts. Probably not worth saying. John the Beagle Dad. Anyway, thank you, Eric K. You're my only hope. We need more satires and spoofs. I agree. Like Girl Boss, the movie, like a date movie. I think that'd be a perfect date movie. Look, the ladies want the guys to always eat the garbage. Well, ladies, is that fair? I didn't think so. I'm not going to be the villain forever. Ron's like, Snow White was dumb. And yes, I saw it. I did too. And there was one thing in there that was clearly obvious to me. It was trying to be a last ditch appeal to China because you had Golden Hour's lighting package in that film for at least 50% of it. The doom and gloom of the castle where the evil queen was. And then you had Golden Hour in the forest. And if I were king of the forest, not prince, not duke, but king. Anyway. Keely Chow's here. Everybody say, roll tide. Roll tide. Isn't that Elizabeth Warren? Yes, except she's like more like a stolen valor Pocahontas. Yes, my Native American blood is less than 0.5%. No. Yeah, no. Oh, Caveat Ties was trying to figure out who. Well, that's Seth Rogen. He's the bane of comedy and now the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What a scumbag. JPRPH1 just arrives and says, howdy, folks. Did I miss the Warner and Skynet story? You definitely missed most of it, Kalikio Kenny. We talked a little bit about Warner and Skydance, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a done deal. Tina's like, I actually enjoy action movies too. Most rom-coms. I look, a lot of people prefer action films. I like action films with a little bit of a rom-com. Matthew McConaughey did a film with a Nepo baby a long time ago, probably the last 15, 16, 18 years, called Fool's Gold. It's a fun movie about a salvage diver and the woman he marries, who is a historian, and they end up getting a divorce right at the beginning of the film, and from there, it's like set up to be beautiful. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of comedy, and it's like a national treasure underwater. It's really good stuff. So there's that. Hey, Deeple, I'm with you. Go Buckeyes. I need to go get my Ohio State shirt. But here's the weird thing. I also have an Alabama shirt. I also have several. I have many schools. I was a traveling educated human. So whether electronically or physically. So there's a list of alma maters in there. Yeah, Brandon Day, I'm with you. I can't forgive what was done to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just gross. Barry the music man that is, says, I'm sick of these companies being acquired and run into the ground. I agree with you. Tippity top. Tina Guzman says, Fool's Gold was great. I believe I have that OB DVD. Yep. I think that was supposed to be on DVD. I think I have it on Blu-ray, but yeah, so good. I fixed it, Tina. Oh man, look at all these great people. Awesome ones here? No way. I have no doubt Culture will reunite with his shirtless stream. Let's not do that ever again. Hoot says best test date movie is Wedding Crashers. That was fun. You got two solid comedians together in that one. That's very well done. LOL. CC will never get a Wade hat, I guess. Why? Why would I not get a Wade hat? Let me look at some Wade hats. What books am I reading? Right now, I'm in the midst of a book that actually tells you some of the weirdest things our founding fathers did. And the title's not coming to my mind, but it probably will by the end of the stream. Brian and Cindy says, game right now. Awesome. On that note, I need to get you out of here because we are late getting to the Salty Nerd podcast. So as I said before, I appreciate each and every one of you, including Cam's Crash Courses, 26 months. A member of the channel says, hi, CC in chat. Thanks for all the great streams. Thank you. Sorry, I shouted and my voice said, nah, I'm not going to work anymore. On that note, I got to go do some work, some physical work. So hasta la vista, says Andy Masterson, and have a great Saturday and rest of your weekend. We'll see you Sunday night for the Late Night Culture. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and ayo.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude, crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry begins.